Wow. Wow. Listen, I've been sitting here kind of speechless. I'm going to keep it a buck right here. This is very awkward. It's awkward for the simple fact that I'm sure a lot of you know, right? Haason Reddick is my favorite player in the NFL. He represents Jersey. Your boy Jersey Murf here is a huge Jersey representative, right? The state of New Jersey, the best state out there, no doubt about that. Much love to the cities that are heavily represented in this state, which would be in the South, obviously Philadelphia, up north, obviously New York City. I love those two cities with all my heart as well. Haason Reddick representing Camden, New Jersey, right across the water, Ben Franklin Bridge, Walt Whitman Bridge, Philadelphia. He's a South Jerseyan / Philadelphian, you know what I'm saying, through and through. He represents it to the utmost, no doubt about that. I'm talking about in his play, his style of play. The guy is just a damn wizard out there on that football field. You talk about somebody with some extreme versatility. Could play off ball like we saw when he was with the Temple, right? When he was with them Temple Owls. On ball with the Temple Owls as well. And then, of course, going to the NFL playing for the Arizona Cardinals, where probably wasn't in their best interest to use him off ball, but he made way with that. But then he was put on ball and all hell broke loose, showing himself to be one of the top 5 pass rushers in the NFL, period, point blank. No doubt about that, right? Also awkward from the standpoint is, most of you should know, right? Eagles my squad, no doubt about it. Eagles like my wife, but the Jets are like my guma. I'm unapologetic about that as well, right? And it's been this way since I was a kid. The New Jersey Jets, them Gotham Green Gangsters, obviously a team that I used to cover a few years ago. I'm not sure if any of those fans are still on the page, but it might be time for y'all to come back to this channel right now because Haason Reddick being traded to the New York Jets, I don't know, man. There's still mixed emotions about that because on one hand, for the Philadelphia Eagles, right, they get a younger version of Haason Reddick and Bryce Huff, who they got from the New York Jets, or really via free agency, was with the New York Jets. But you get this guy, he's a whoo boy. Bryce Huff is the absolute truth, and he's going to show himself to be the truth with the Philadelphia Eagles there. So probably see no drop-off, to be honest with you, with the Eagles with him. And, of course, they restructured Josh Sweat. They drafted Nolan Smith in the first round last draft, and they have a guy in Zach Bond who they could play on ball, who has a ton of talent, who was the man at Wisconsin, just wasn't used correctly with the New Orleans Saints. He could show himself to be extremely valuable right now. For the New York Jets, New Jersey Jets, right out there in the Meadowlands, you get zero drop-off for a year, right? I would only expect this to happen for a year because if that was the case, why not pay Bryce Huff, right? He's younger. You would have paid him for over a long haul. They're already loaded. The New York Jets have the best defense in the NFL, in my opinion. I said this last year. Philadelphia Eagles right up there with them, right? We're talking about 2 of the top 5 defenses, right? Probably top 3, but I believe the Jets to have the number 1 defense in the NFL. And to me, Haason Reddick cements that because now you don't have a drop-off and you still have guys like Jermaine Johnson on the team, right? John Franklin Myers, right? These guys can get after the pass and they have the better system, right? The Fangio scheme I'm not a fan of with Philadelphia, but the New York Jets scheme, Robert Saleh's scheme, I'm a huge fan of. That is the best scheme in the league, in my opinion. And, yeah, they are loaded. Loaded on both sides of the ball now, right? I said it last year. It was going to be the I-95 Murf Bowl, and I believe I was just a year too early with that. Obviously, with Aaron Rodgers getting hurt, I'm saying it is what it is right there. They weren't going to do anything without Aaron Rodgers. A healthy Aaron Rodgers with Tyrod Taylor to back him up, we could very well see Philadelphia and the New York Jets in the Super Bowl against one another. I just predicted it 1 year early. So I'm right back on that type of time again. We're going to see the Eagles and the New York Jets in the Super Bowl. And it's going to be lit, right? The entire state of New Jersey going to have to stand up on that one right there. It's going to be, man, it's going to be fantastic. So on one hand, I'm very disappointed for Haason Reddick having to leave his team, right? His childhood team he grew up rooting for and all that like that, but he doesn't even really have to move, right? Obviously, you would move, right? It's still a couple of hours drive, right, to get out to the Meadowlands. But, I mean, most of these people probably live somewhere in central North Jersey and probably commute there anyway. So maybe an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. So I don't know. You get yourself a little rental home at the very least for a little bit, but he can still be back and forth, you know what I'm saying, on his time off, going to see his people and everything. It shouldn't be nothing but a hop, skip, and a jump for him. It's almost like a win-win situation for us Haason Reddick fans, right? I got my Haason Reddick shirt on right now, with the Temple Owls drawn. This was obviously, I told you I shouldn't have did it. I didn't like getting jerseys of current players, but I was like, man, with them damn Kelly Green Jones, I had to cop the Haason Reddick joint right here and get that Kelly Green Eagles joint. So this is going to go into the frame case, right? And I'm going to have to break my shit again, right? And I'm probably going to have to cop a New York Jets Haason Reddick jersey. I'm going to have to do it, baby. And I was looking for a sign. I wanted to know what to do with my East Coast coverage this year. And I was heavily thinking about going back to doing the Jets coverage, or at least working it in. Now I know I definitely have to do that right now, right? My favorite player going to the Jets is my Gumon. What's a Gumon, Murf? Come on, man. That's a term out here, out east, right? I think it's an Italian term, right? You have your wife and then your mistress, and they call the mistress the Gumon. So Jets like my mistress team. You love your mistress to death as well, right? You do everything for your mistress, kind of like your wife, but obviously it's not your wife. So that's real right there, and real recognized real, man. Eagles, Jets in the Super Bowl. Haason Reddick lands on his feet with a great squad for him to do his thing and hopefully be able to, get that contract that I know he wants. He'll be like, 31, 32 years old, though, so I'm not sure how that goes there, but hopefully it all works out for him. I knew he was going to get traded, straight up. When you come out with a deal where you said you were allowing him to seek a trade and you put that out in public, you don't have to put it out in public. You could have just did it behind the scenes. You put pressure on them because you felt like they were putting pressure on you. So once you do that there, the cat's out the bag. You let everybody know, everybody get their best shot. And we see here, it said a conditional 2026 third-round pick that could be a second. If he plays 65% of the season and has 10 or more sacks. I expect him to have 10 or more sacks and do that. So I would essentially say that he went for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft. Yeah. So in the future, the Eagles will get that right there. They'll get themselves a nice little second-round pick. But for now, the Eagles should be fine. The Jets should be fine. The Eagles can still go in the draft if necessary. I would not do it with that first-round draft pick. I would wait. There are some talented edge players that you could target in the second and third round as a developmental type guys right there. But if they were to go edge in the first round, we've already talked about it before. Chop Robinson, right? He may be around at that particular point in time coming up out of them Penn State Nittany Lions. And several other guys as well. Wouldn't be my first choice still because of the way that you set yourself up. That's why I thought Zach Bond was very important. And having his edge rush powers there should be pretty good there. As far as the Jets go, yeah. It's on, baby. It's on. Haason Reddick being added to those boys right there. To me, they have the best off-ball linebacker, not named Demario Davis, right? At least a top 3, top 5 guy in me. And Quincy Williams. C.J. Mosley right up there with him still, right? C.J. Mosley doesn't look like he's lost a step. But, man, that secondary puts so much pressure on people. One hand washes the other, both wash the face. And, you got yourself something extremely nasty right there, right? My boy Chuck Clark coming back for the New York Jets, or at least being able to debut off of that injury there. Don't forget about him. Hell of a player right there with the Baltimore Ravens. Can't forget about the Ravens as well. It's going to be tough to get by the Ravens. Tough to get by the Miami Dolphins and teams like that, but I believe the Jets will have what it takes with a healthy Aaron Rodgers. Mike Williams in the fold. Both these teams are extremely nasty. So let me know what you think about Haason Reddick being traded there and what the Philadelphia Eagles should do on one hand and how you expect the New York Jets to perform with Haason Reddick. All right? Your boy right here is very internally conflicted, but it is what it is, man. Jets going to debut those new jerseys as well, so tell them to get a Haason Reddick version, and your boy going to cop that. All right? That being said, it's your boy Jersey Murf, man. Listen, everybody in Jersey stand up now, baby. Start this Jets coverage, man. So Mama stand up. Warren County stand up. My boy's out in Union City. Your boy be out in Union City heavy with it, baby. I'll be at that White Castle out there, right? Shout outs to everybody in out in Central Jersey as well. You know your boy be in Piscataway with it all at Rutgers and shit like that, right? So listen, man, you already know what it is. Essex County, all the way down to the shore out here in South Jersey. The entire Jersey stand up, baby. Let's get it, man. This is a day to celebrate Jersey being on the map. All right, Haason Reddick, big salute to you, brother. Salute.
Top Billin, Uptown Murf.
Top Billin.
So now I gotta give lessons about Jersey. So 201-973-JC, Brick City, Trenton, Camden, Patterson, Elizabeth, Orange.
I'm from any W Jersey with plenty murders occurs.